Hello and welcome back to Cardboard Decoy Plays Rogue Legacy. So we are still trying to get to, did I say Alexander last time? No, I meant Alexdeleon. Alexdeleon is who we're going after. Totally forgot all my names. Oh my god. I suddenly feel very stupid in retrospect. Either way, so I fixed that. Yeah, in case you were wondering what the hell I was going on about, that's what I meant. And here's a chakram. Yeah, we don't want the chakram. In lieu of the fact that Alexdeleon, or the way Alexdeleon works, I think we're better served with axes. Just because he's going to end up above us a lot more often than we are going to be in parallel with him. Okay. Just doing some dodging there. Oh, hello, Glacian. Alright, killed him before he could get a spell off, which is pretty ideal. And that chain text is going to bite the dust. And we're just killing everything at this point. So yeah, other things that make me wonder about whether or not this game is good. I think, like, sometimes I like to talk about how games kind of do things perfunctorily. Like, it's only there because it feels like it should be there. There's sort of this interesting situational aspect to the game, where it's like, okay, first of all, you're already dealing with a situation where you have enemies that are randomly generated, and the whole premise of the game is that you need to figure out ways to deal with different situations. And, you know, it's situational problem solving. So, okay, here's your situation, solve it. And that's what the rooms kind of serve, right? And then you kind of add on top of it the like randomization of the actual people that you play. So basically, it's like, okay, here's the situation. You're given the same rooms, although, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's tons of them. That's not the crux of the argument at all, that there's not enough variety to the rooms or anything. It's that, you know, you have these classes. Okay, so you have this class that works this way, and how do you solve the situation then? And then now you have the class that works X way, X, Y, Z way, etc. How do you deal with the situation then? The thing is that all the classes are effectively the same. You're always going to be whacking stuff with your sword. You're going to have more or less optional spells that are extremely situational in their own right and only serve like a decent purpose in some cases. Unless it's something like the Fire Shield, which as long as you have mana, you're completely going to wreck shop constantly. And then, you know, yeah, it's like, where do you go from there? It's going to always be sort of the same situation, and the preference is always going to be for the sword. The sword is the most reliable, the sword is the easiest to use, and the magic is kind of perfunctory. I mean, it's just sort of there to serve maybe as an homage to the Castlevania genre or something like that. I think maybe if you had integrated the spells differently, like given them some maybe different functionality, like with how they operate in the game. Like, okay, play the game long enough to kind of get an idea of the patterns that, well, okay, hold on, exist in that, and then adapt the spells to better suit the needs of that. It's kind of like the chakram kind of bounces back and forth. It serves sort of the same purpose on as the axe, except on a different axis. So, whereas the axe can hit multiple times if you hit at the top of its arc, the chakram is the same except side to side. So you want to kind of position it in just the right way to get the most damage out of it and make it effective and that kind of a deal. And that's all well and good. That's kind of cool. I like that. Do I want to even attempt this? Okay. 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 Well, I am the barbarian queen here, so if anybody could at least tank this area, it would be the barbarian queen. So there we go. Choppy choppy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, and I could be playing the game wrong, but it's not very intuitive to try to sit there and force using magic. Like, using axes in that situation probably could have helped me in a couple situations, but it's just not natural. Like, you don't normally approach things in that way, where it's like, how is my spell going to help me in this situation? I don't know. That's just me. That's my impressions I get from certain things in the game. Okay, well, where we want to be. More or less. Whoa. And then, yeah, but I'm trying to think. What else is there? There was something else about, like, just the fact that the classes are not nearly as different as they should be. Like, they have the Dragonkin, which I haven't unlocked yet, and I have no real desire to, because it's just completely and totally different from the rest of the game. And I need to get it now just to sort of do an example of what I'm talking about. But it's, you know how I basically said, okay, you've got magic and you've got your sword. And you're going to use your sword because your sword is always there. It's reliable. You don't have to keep track of a resource for it or anything like that. And then you have the dragon, which is only magic, has no sword, and the entire movement plane is completely different. Like, you move up, down, left, and right, since you're flying around, and it's not like you're kind of swooping or there's any kind of mobility to it. You're just moving at the same speed, except in a different direction, a little bit more freely, which, you know, is fine. But then you fire fireballs. Fireballs cost mana. You recharge mana at an incredible rate, but you can only fire a small burst of fireballs. And it's like, I don't find that fun. That's not really how it is. Like, maybe if the rest of the game, like, if the rest of the classes were completely different. Say, I've got the Barbarian Queen here, and the Barbarian Queen's thing is survivability, but not that much damage. If you had given me, like, an axe or something to at least further convey that, and then give the axe sort of an interesting hit radius that causes you to attack just a little bit closer and have a much more risk-reward sense with, or even make the axe like normal or higher damage, but make it a much shorter range so that there's a significantly different playstyle to the class instead of just being like, I'm the same slashy magic optional character I always am, except I have more health. I mean, that's not incredibly unique whatsoever, but I mean, there's a lot of potential. They were willing to play around with the mechanics of the game. They just didn't do it when they should have. I'm trying to think. Archmage. Give the Archmage a staff so that it only cast range, like little very low power ranged attacks or something like that. Like, there was so much more they could have changed to it. But again, and I don't know, maybe it's just me and I'm not a professional, but I am just a very basic average consumer of the game, so I'm sure I'm not entirely unique in my opinions. Hold on, let's read this book really quick. The forest is unlike anything I've ever seen before. It is both serene and terrifying. I stand on lush grass, but beside me yawns open a chasm so wide and deep it threatens to swallow me whole. I have not heard a response from the rock I tossed in earlier. A single misstep and my descent would be eternal. It is truly a horrifying thought. An eternity of darkness is more frightening than any beast I have fought thus far. If I fell, what would kill me first, the hunger or myself? On a side note, I am now using the forest fissure as my own personal lavatory. I wonder if I am pooping into another dimension. That's... Yeah, I mean, you know, it's goofy, it's fun. I don't recall seeing any bottomless pits. I'm not exactly sure what he's referring to there, if that's a reference to something. Regardless, I thought that was kind of interesting. Now, like, I'm really racking my brain. Where did I see a bottomless pit, if I did? I do not think I did. Unless he's, yeah, once again referencing something that isn't actually a bottomless pit, but appears to be one at first. I don't know. I think that's a little bit of a, whoa, developmental oversight. Okay. Like, writing about bottomless pits and then taking them out of the game for one reason or another, but leaving in the fluff about them is, okay. Alright, hold on. I gotta kill this guy. There we go. But yeah, that's, again, also, as I had previously stated, was, kind of justifying interesting things you see in games in creative ways, which I always appreciate. But yeah, I think the classes are super samey, and it could just be from having played the game for a while, but it's just like, you know, I get it. It's always going to be hack and slash time until it's magic time, and then you're going to be like, oh wait, I haven't used magic in forever. Let me remember how that works. Okay, there we go. I'm down to 8 health. This is no good. Yeah, I don't know. I've just been kind of thinking about it, because it's like, now that it's been like a year, and the dust is kind of settled, and it's a lot of other things have come out. I think at the time, you know, the roguelike genre was still fairly young. Like, there hadn't been a whole lot coming out for it, except for, like, Dwarf Fortress, Binding of Isaac. There's a couple, what is it? Dungeons of Dreadmore was out at the time, and that was a very, very different game for a roguelike. Actually, it was a more traditional roguelike, I should say. It was more roguelike than most roguelikes. Oh my god, it was brutal. Alright. Hey, you know what? I just thought of this. Hold on, let me pick a class. Assassin. I am actually going to use the Architect. That's what I should be doing. That's what I should have been doing all along, really. But, alright, let's do 2 attacks. We'll go talk to the Architect. And, oh, I got another... Oh, more money runes. Good stuff. Alright, cool. And, do you want to lock down the castle and only get 60% gold? Sure thing. Enjoy! Maybe someone can reach some treasures your ancestors missed. So, here we go. Let's go ahead and we'll try to knock this out. I was just thinking to myself, I was like, man, basically all I'm doing is just trying to run to the boss as soon as I can. I'm not even trying to level or anything. And it's like, wait, that's what the Architect is for. Okay, so where do we need to go? We just need to go all the way right. Okay, whoa, whoa, alright. I guess that's also a good way if you're really hardcore hunting down fairy chests. You just don't attempt them until you know you can get an ability and wipe it out. Oh my god, this is silly of me. Alright, alright. Now what is the deal? Like, 30 years generally, it's like an average of 30 years passes in between, oh, am I clumsy? I think I'm clumsy. I am clumsy. Yay. But yeah, 30 years passes in between generations in this game, but you still have the same blacksmith, the same, you know, other guys. All of those people standing outside are always the same, which means either they're, like, cloning themselves repeatedly, or there's some other kind of chicanery happening there that, probably less postulated than more postulated. Okay. That would be kind of interesting if there's some slight randomization with them, so that they were always cosmetically different. Oh, boy. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Oh, my god, just die, please. Yes, thank you. But yeah, now we only get 8 gold or 80 gold from gold bags, since we're only getting 60%. But I think since we already have, like, a modifier... Oh, my goodness, from our other things, we're actually getting more gold than we normally would. Like, it should only be 30%, but we're getting money for having the money upgrades and also the one wealth rune that we do have equipped. So, that's nice. That's pretty cool. Alright, I'm killing everything for health up here, because I still have vampirism runes, so it's 4 health to kill a bunch of sitting ducks. It's like shooting fish in a barrel and then eating the fish and absorbing their power and ancestral soul collection, something like that. I don't know. Whatever it is you do with fish in a barrel. Okay. Whoa, I should have known he was going to run. Like, I could have timed that just a little bit better. Although, I guess I was thinking that he wasn't going to run until I was on the same X level as him, or Y level, as it were. Sometimes graph notation is hard. Like, I can never tell when the correct context is to refer to X-axis or Y-axis. That's just me, though. Okay, I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm being kind of reckless here. And we're going to dodge that. Okay, I knew that was a fake painting. I ran into it anyways. What is this? Oh, this is where we found that book, which means there's nothing over here. Okay. And what do we know? We haven't been down here yet. Aha! Here's the boss. Okay, I don't have a lot of health, but at the same time, I don't have a lot of patience, and as per the usual, if I go wandering around for too long, I'll just end up getting myself killed, or with less health than I left with. So we're going to go for it. Now we know where the boss is. We'll just keep chipping away at him, and I'll get him by the end of this video for sure. Alexdeleon. Alright, let's... Okay. Oh, I just realized I haven't had the music on this whole time. Damn it. Oh, well, that's 2 videos without music. Hold on. Can I... Oh. Well, I'm about to die, but I did it for music. There we go. Okay. I'm like... Ah, I thought I could do it. I was like, that's why I kept hitting back and forth on buttons. I was trying to make sure I dropped through that one area before it was too late, but oh well. Alright, cool. Let's do Paladin, Gigantism, Electorophobia. Chickens will attack us, but we have knives to throw at them, so it evens out. Sure. Okay. What do I want? What do I want? Let's see. I don't think I have enough money for a rune. I could be wrong about that, but let's stick with attack chance. Or crit chance. Alright, whatever lady thinks. Okay. Again, don't need money. Just want progress. That's what we're here for. Enjoy! I'm sure I probably could have gotten through this game so much faster if I'd been doing this in the past by now, but now we're at, what, episode 13? This is... no. I'm looking at the wrong thing. This is episode 16, good grief. And I had originally predicted it would be done by 13, and it might have been done by 13 if I had been using the Architect to just zero in on bosses. So, yeah, same thing. I was like, I knew I needed to go right, I just don't remember where I started going right. And there we go. Dead guy. Whoa. Oh my god. That was ridiculous. Okay. So, but yeah, Rogue Legacy, probably a good game. Like, don't get me wrong, it's got its moments, and it's definitely one of the more innovative titles that came out of, Jesus, 2012, 2013, something like that, but otherwise I think now it hasn't aged well. Like, and that's a really, really, really short turnaround for something to age, and I was wrong earlier. Oh well. You, shut up, cannon. Oh my god, painting. Okay. Alright, there we go. I was about to say, yeah, no, just curse out the inanimate object, referring to the painting, and I was like, well, technically it's pretty animate. That is kind of the reason why we're having issues with it. So, you know, whatever. It's technicalities. Okay. Let's just hop up this way. I could teleport. Well, let me teleport up here. It will. What am I doing? I'm running through this castle like a sucker. Alright. Cool, let's just do this. Let's freaking take them out. Alright. Bring it. God, I do so little damage. Okay. Careful about those hitboxes. I can run underneath that one spike ball at the top, though, and that's useful info. Oh my god, I'm doing... ooh, real sad. Alright. And then we just have to make huge lazy circles around the map so that we don't end up biting the tail end of the flames here. Okay. Yep, come down here. Okay. Whoa, that was just bad. I was focusing too much on trying to throw knives. Alright, next. Well, let me see. How much time do we have left? We've got like 3 more minutes. Well, now that we can actually teleport, I might as well just run straight to it. Let's see. To select a child. Muscle weakness. Enemies won't get knocked back. That's fine. We're not going to be knocking back the boss anyways. Okay, so let's just... whoa. Run straight to him. We know what we're doing now. Oh, I almost messed up that. Alright. Okay. And talk to this guy. That scientist, the architect, is like some kind of weird, crazy scientist anglerfish. It's so bizarre. Oh, wait. Teleportation is over here. Okay, cool. I guess part of the reason why I'm also being super critical is Aaron Hansen, aka Ego Raptor, finally came out with his Zelda sequelitis, and he basically... I hate it whenever there's really good analysis on games. Like, it's the worst. It's the absolute worst, because it just robs me of all of my childlike wonder I might have had for that game. It was like the Spoonie experiment, Noah Antweiler, whenever he went through and criticized Final Fantasy VIII, which was my favorite Final Fantasy, until I watched that and I realized how ridiculous it actually was. Alright, come on. No, I don't want to fuck this up. Dumb mistakes. Alright, come up here. Come at me. Okay, let's just play cool. Alright. Okay. I just need like 18 more crits. Oh god, the freaking spike balls. Are you serious? Okay, fine. Well, since I've committed to cheating via Architect, then I might as well stick with it. So we got Lit Queen, which we'd have to grind first. Spell Sword with Axe, or Spell Sword with Axe, and can't be knocked back. That one, clearly. Alright, cool. Well, now I am going to end this video. But yeah, no, just to finish up my thought, basically, I watched the thing on Sequelitis, and it made me start thinking about, you know, okay, how many games am I playing where there's just like these nostalgia glasses, right? Am I just playing it because of the nostalgia and how much I remember enjoying the game? Or am I playing it because it's an actually good game? Or are there other factors involved that are just completely blinding me to the actual truth of how this game is? And I realize, you know, it actually happens fairly frequently. I am a sucker for the pretty indie games, and you know, I mean, I enjoy them, don't get me wrong. There's definitely like a genuine amount of entertainment I derive from them. But I gotta stop thinking about them as like, oh my god, everybody needs to play this game. There's some of that needs to stop. But then again, there's also some things that I don't think, like, a really developed sense of taste is kind of hard to do. Kind of like a Factorio or any other number of city builders, where it's like, it's extremely subjective because the goals are so much different than you would normally expect from a lot of games. So it's kind of up in the air as to whether or not it's good or bad. I at least haven't figured out a really good way to explain one way or another comparatively. But then again, I don't really spend that much of my time doing city builders. Anyways, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, please consider like, commenting, and subscribing. And this has been Cardboard Decoy playing Rogue Legacy. So, and I will see you next time. Have fun.